everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a full face of first impressions. I have a lot of new makeup here that has built up over the Christmas break type thing. I guess it's not really Christmas break because I'm not in high school anymore. I just had a lot of stuff accumulate over the last couple weeks, so I need to test things out and let you guys know how I feel about them. And some of these items I'm really excited to try out, and I'm excited for you guys to see me try them out. It's just perfect. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so we are starting with brows today, as I normally do. Today I'm using the ColourPop brow pencil, and this is in the color Taupe. The lid looks like a dark brown, which seems kind of weird to me, but we're gonna see how this works out. It's like a really, really thin pencil. It's just really tiny, so I'm hoping that it works out well. A lot more pigmented than I thought. This is I'm barely touching my skin, and the color payoff is really nice. It went on really easily. It does seem a little bit warm for a taupe color. It's kind of hard to tell with all these lights in my room. Sometimes I can hardly tell if it's the right color or not, but it does seem a little bit warm to be a taupe color. I don't know. What do you guys think? So eyebrows are looking a little messy, and I'm gonna go in with some concealer. Today I'm using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, and this is the anti-aging full coverage waterproof concealer. And this is in the shade Light or Ultra Fair. So it does come in a little squeezy tube. I don't know how I like that. And it's really, really thick. It does seem like a good color though, so I'm just taking this little flat angled brush from BH Cosmetics, dipping that into the concealer. I'm just gonna carve my brows out. The concealer is working really well while I'm carving my brows out, but it does feel super thick, so I'm curious to see how it's gonna do underneath my eyes. Okay, brows are looking good. They do look a little bit warm, but I'm not super picky with that. For those of you who are picky, I would keep in mind that the taupe color on the ColourPop eyebrow pencils is a little bit warm. Then I'm gonna take this Physicians Formula, I don't know how to pronounce that, Organic Rose Oil Lip Polish. My lips have been insanely dry for the past week, and they just need a little bit of moisture. So I think you just scoop it. Oh, lip polish, so it's a exfoliator. That's not what I was going for. Not very exfoliaty. The things they're not rough enough to do anything. Okay, that's not what I was going for, but so I'm gonna use the Pacifica Bali Coconut Lip Balm instead. Okay, now for eyes, I'm gonna take some of that concealer on the back of my hand, just whatever is left over, and I'm gonna use this as a primer. Wow, that is very full coverage. It feels really, really thick, so I'm not sure how this is gonna do on my under eyes. It is full coverage though. Okay, now to set my eyelids. I have used this powder a couple times before, but it is still new. I just don't have any brand new powders. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder in translucent, and I'm just gonna take this large packing shader brush from Iconic London, and I'm gonna really set that because this concealer is so thick. I want to make sure that everything is nice and dry before I put eyeshadow down. And then I'm gonna curl my eyelashes just really quick. Okay, now for the most exciting part. This is the item that I am looking forward to using. This is the Kathleenlights and ColourPop collection. This is the eyeshadow palette, and it just looks really, really, really beautiful, and I'm so excited to play around with the colors, especially this blue right here. I feel like, especially with collaboration eyeshadow palettes and just most palettes in general, the color like teal and turquoise or dark blue is really underrated, and it's not used as much as I think it should be. I love those types of colors as an eyeshadow, so I'm really happy to see something like that in a collaboration palette. I think that's so cool, and I just hope that it like blends out well and it works well. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with this look, so we're just gonna kind of wing it, I guess. So first, for a transition color, I'm going in with this color right here. The colors are, I can't tell if the colors are backwards on the back of it or not, like if they match up with the colors, so I'm just gonna be pointing to the colors so I don't mess up the names. So I'm first starting out with this color right here. That's gonna be our light transition color because my lids are so pale right now. I want to start out with something light, and I'm using the LA Girl 202 blending brush. We're just gonna blend that out in my crease. I don't think I've used ColourPop's like regular eyeshadows before. I've used their Super Shock eyeshadows that are like, they kind of feel like a moussey texture. So I'm very interested to see how these work. So that blended out really well. I'm gonna take the second darkest brown color, and using this little small crease brush, this is from Glamour Dolls, I'm just gonna put that tighter in my crease, not blowing it out quite as much. And going back in with that LA Girl brush, just blending everything out a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna go for a halo eye. I really wanna use this color on the outer edges and then move on to this color, and then this color will be the center. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let's see how it works out first. So first I'm taking this little mini angled brush from Luxie and going in with that dark matte teal color. I'm gonna put this on my outer corner. Okay. That is very, very, very pigmented. That's beautiful. That really blended out really well. And then putting some on my inner corner. Okie doke. That worked out a lot better than I thought it was gonna. Okay, then taking this brush from Luxie, this is the small tapered blending brush. It's clean, there's no product on it. I'm just gonna blend out the edges a little bit. Kind of meet them together in the center. Then I'm going to take some of that darker transition color and just kind of meet those two colors together. Then wiping off that brush and going in with the lighter first transition shade, I'm just going to really blend out those edges. And just going back in with that angled brush and kind of deepening up that blue a little bit. This blue is really, really easy to work with. I am actually really shocked. I thought it was going to be kind of hard, because it is such a deep color. Now moving on to the other eye. This eye is my more difficult eye, so I hope that everything goes well. Does anyone else have that same problem? Like your eyes are just a little bit differently shaped, and one of them is just harder to blend eyeshadow with. I think it's because my lid is a little bit bigger on this side, and it's like a little bit more wrinklier. So the colors just don't blend out quite the same. Okay, then taking that small tapered brush again from Luxie, and I'm just gonna blend out the edges a little bit, connecting those two in the center right here. Then going back in with that darker transition color, meeting those two colors together. Then wiping that brush off and going in with the lightest transition color. Okay, everything looks pretty good. I am noticing there's quite a bit of fallout coming from this blue color, but I find that most palettes that are more pigmented have more fallout, which makes the most sense because shadows that are harder to get onto your brush aren't going to be quite as pigmented. So now I'm going to take this metallic blue shade on a Luxie 209 large shader brush. I'm just going to coat that brush in that eyeshadow, and then I'm going to spray it a little bit with just like a moisturizing facial spray. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. Gonna spray it. Then I'm gonna go right in the center. And taking that little Luxie brush again in that transition color. I'm just gonna melt those colors all together. And then taking this little tiny blender brush, this is from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. This eye isn't blending out quite as well, so I'm taking that matte teal color with some of that on that brush, and I'm just going to blend everything into those transition colors. And then taking that transition color and just kind of like meshing those together. Okay, we got a lot of fallout going on, but that's okay. This is why we do our eyes before our foundation, people. So next I'm going to take the new Stila Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Freedom. It's just a really pretty blue shade. I'm gonna take some of that on the back of my hand, and taking that small blender brush, just gonna dip that into the liquid eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna put that right in the center. Just kind of blending it in there as best as I can. All right, and then taking this shade right here on a pencil brush, I'm gonna put that on my brow bone and my inner corner for now. Then we're gonna line our upper lash line and tight line. I'm using the Stila Smudge Kajal eyeliner, and this is in the color Sapphire. All right, then I'm gonna coat my eyelashes with the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I think I have used this before, but you know, I don't really remember it, so. Then we're gonna put on some lashes and clean off our face. These are the glowed up lashes in the style Confident. Okay, now that the eyes are pretty much done, which I am really liking them, like it's so beautiful. I just love the colors. Starting with the face for primer today, I realized that I've had this for a really long time, but I've never used it. This is the Flower Skin Radiance Face and Body Illuminator. I don't really know if you're supposed to use it on your whole face, but it looks pretty, so I just want to put it on my whole face under my foundation. It might be sparkly, it might not. Oh yeah, it's definitely sparkly. Because the foundation that I'm using today I think is really full coverage, so I just wanted to put a little something on my skin that would make it look a little bit highlighted. But I didn't expect it to look like this. Oh god, this is so much more than I intended it to be. Holy crap. Like you can literally see every single pore on my face. Look like the Tin Man. Now for foundation, which I am genuinely so confused by this product. I don't get it. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be primer in the middle or like moisturizer or I don't know. But this is the Model's Own foundation stick and they look like this. The one that I'm using is this top one. It's the shade 10 and I don't know. Like, is the middle supposed to be primer? Maybe it's supposed to be primer. But all of them are like that and I don't get it. So I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. It also smells like Play-Doh or something weird. Oh, it smells like crayons. That's what it smells like. Okay, and I'm gonna be using this Rogue & Rouge foundation brush again that I used in my last video. I'm just going to blend this into my skin. I don't know what to think about this. It just feels really heavy on my face and it looks kind of, I thought it was going to be really matte, but it looks kind of greasy on my face. So maybe I shouldn't have used that Illuminator, but it covered pretty well. So I'm just gonna continue on. So I'm gonna use the Bye Bye Under Eye stuff on the high points of my face and underneath my eyes. I just don't really like squeezy tube concealers because I feel like I waste so much by having to put it on the back of my hand. And then using the LA Girl Beauty Sponge to blend that all in. Ew, why do my teeth look so yellow right now? I just feel like this concealer is gonna crease so fast. I mean, it is full coverage. That is for sure, but it just, everything feels so heavy on my face right now. It's kind of driving me nuts. And now that my face is like fully covered, my brows look really, really warm to me because all the redness on my face is gone. So now I can really see like the warm tones in my brow. Okay, and before we powder up, I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contouring. I'm gonna try the CYO contour stick. I'm guessing the shade name is Sweep Into Shape, because I don't see a number anywhere. I'm just gonna take the contour side, just go around the edges of my face. Very creamy. And using that flat foundation brush that we used before. All right, that blended out really nicely and I like the color. It's not overwhelming at all. It just gives a subtle, nice bronziness. So now taking this little tapered powder brush from Rogue & Rouge and that It Cosmetics powder, I'm gonna my under eyes are creasing, so I'm gonna blend that out with a beauty blender really quick. I'm gonna really pack on that powder underneath my eyes. And like around my nose, just all the places that crease really easily. Then taking a really big fluffy powder brush, this is from Violet Voss. I'm just going to set the rest of my face. Then for bronzer and blush, today I'm using the Nabla Cosmetics like single bronzers and blushes. Today I'm using, for bronzer, the color Gotham, and for blush, I'm using the color Harper. And I'm just gonna use that same big fluffy Violet Voss brush for bronzer. Then for the blush, I'm just using this LA Girl 103 stippling brush. Now for highlight, I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is in Vanilla Quartz. It's like an icy white and has like a little bit of gold to it. And I'm just gonna use this crease brush from Iconic London. All right, and now to finish the under eyes, I'm taking that Stila Sapphire eyeliner and I'm just gonna waterline my eyes with that. Also, bring it down on my lower lash line just a little bit. I'm gonna take the other side of that eyeliner. It has like a little smudge side. I'm just gonna smudge out the lower lash line with that. And then with that dark blue color in the palette and this little flat definer brush from Zoeva, I'm going to put that right on my lower lash line. Bringing it in only like 2/3 of the way, not all the way in. Also kind of connecting it to the top eyeshadow as well. Then with those two transition shades that we used before and this little crease brush from Luxie, I'm just gonna blend everything out. And then with that Stila liquid eyeshadow, I'm just gonna put a little bit on the inner portion of the lower lash line. And taking some more of that Becca highlighter, I'm just gonna highlight my inner corner. Okay, now for lipstick. Today I'm gonna try the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick. And this is in Sheer Caramello. These liquid lipsticks are a little bit weird because they have like a sheer texture to them. Okay, and that is it for this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me test out all these different products. I am just gonna give a quick overview of what I think of everything. So I love the eyeshadow palette. It was so easy to work with. I can't stop looking at my eyes in the monitor. Like, this is just such a beautiful look, and I'm so happy with how the colors worked, especially that deep blue. It just was so easy to work with, blended out beautifully. It was extremely pigmented. I did not expect it to work out as well as it did. I love this Stila liquid eyeshadow. It's beautiful. Again, really, really easy to work with. I keep going back and forth with my brows. Like, sometimes I think that they're too warm and sometimes I think that they look good. Like right now I think they look good, but then I like take a look back in the mirror and I think they look too warm. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it quite yet. The pencil was really easy to work with, very pigmented, creamy. Didn't give me any trouble. It's just the color itself is a little too warm to be a taupe. I hate the foundation. I can feel it just sitting on top of my skin right now. It's so thick, so greasy, and I feel like I'm gonna possibly break out because it's so greasy. I really, really liked the contour stick. That worked out really well. It reminds me of the NYX contour stick that I love and I use pretty much every single day. It is a really, really good color for very fair skin. The concealer, I don't know how I feel about it because it is so thick, but it's really, really full coverage, so that's what I like about it. I think that I'll continue to use it on my eyelids and like for my eyebrows, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep using it for underneath my eyes because it just feels really thick and it creases, and I feel like it's gonna crease really easily. The lipstick looks really good. It feels comfortable. I generally like Stila liquid lipstick, so I'm not really shocked that I like it. I love the lashes, and the highlight is really pretty. Not as vibrant as I thought it was gonna be, but I kind of like, that's okay. Every highlight doesn't need to be blinding. I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, I probably won't be using that primer again. That was really intense. I did not think that it was gonna be that intense. If I do use it again, it's probably just gonna be on the high points of my face underneath my foundation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Let me know what you want to see next, what kind of tutorials or what kind of like review videos you want to see. I always love to hear your guys' opinions on what you like to watch the best. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.